back to our channel.
Today we have our Five Guys. I've gone for Cajun fries, hot dog and a little burger.
Well,
I've just got normal fries.
Normal fries.
Gosh, there's enough fries though, isn't there?
Little burger. I'm just
so good.
Look how many tips they give you. It's just crazy.
Do you want to try a Cajun fry?
Okay. What's like? Is it spicy?
No.
Ooh, flavoured.
Mm.
Ooh, a little bit got a kick to it.
Does
For
it?
me, for me. But a chicken korma has a kick to it for me.
That's true, actually. You're not really great with spicy.
That is amazing.
So we are here sitting on our lounge sofa because our kitchen is currently being painted, so we are unable to use that. But we are doing a second trimester mukbang Q&A.
Woohoo!
Welcome. Before we start, you guys know we are doing giveaways throughout all of our videos throughout December, and we always try to link the giveaway to the video. So today's giveaway is a £100 Uber Eats voucher. I'm pretty sure this is going to have to just be UK only, sorry guys, so sorry for anyone who isn't UK based, but I'm not sure the voucher is going to be able to work abroad. So to be in with a chance of winning the £100 Uber Eats voucher, you need to just make sure that you're subscribed to our channel, and then comment below and leave your email address and Instagram handle. The comment doesn't have to be anything specific with the giveaway, but just leave whatever comment you want and then Instagram handle or email, and we'll email or Instagram the winner in 24 hours. Anyway, that's it for that.
We're just gonna eat and chat, and I say it every time, but I'm sorry if I talk with my mouth full. I literally just get too excited and I just do things too chill, don't I? And I'm like, so I'm sorry, I always get complaints about that during our mukbang.
I don't even had complaints about for ages.
Oh, but maybe that's because I say it every time now. Okay, first question. What sort of age gap do you want for your kids? Well, I think we're a bit split between that because I bet this is going to change a lot once the baby comes.
Definitely.
But I have this thing that I really want to spread out my births because I don't want to not be pregnant again. Do you get me?
No, I get you.
So
because we're quite young, because at 24 you're having your first kid. You could easily have 3 and have 24. And have them 4 years apart. So you could have 24, 28, 32.
That's what I mean.
You could easily do that.
I don't like thinking, oh my gosh, in however many years I'm going to be not having another baby or not getting pregnant. This is all obviously based off the fact that if we are lucky enough to get pregnant again, we feel so blessed to even be pregnant this first time round. And obviously it's dependent on that. But if we could, in the ideal world, pick and choose, then we probably have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 kids. And I just don't want to, don't like thinking about being say we have a second kid in a year after this first one's born. I'm then we're done. No.
Second, we're not having 2, are we? Are we having 2?
More.
We don't know how many kids we want at the moment. So I think that also depends.
We don't.
We're currently thinking maybe 2 to 3 kids.
I reckon.
If able.
3 to 4, 5.
See, but I don't really want more than 3. And that's just my opinion. But I know previously we have discussed about having 4, haven't we? But I don't know, I just think 3 I think would be enough. And so in some ways I quite like the idea of leaving a longer age gap, because if we have our 3rd and Carys is still only just 30 or something, there's plenty of time to have a 4th.
That's exactly true.
But if you have a 3rd when maybe you're mid-30s, you might be
just keep going.
The mid-30s you might be done. If it's 30, you might carry on.
Yeah, I'll just keep going then until I basically can't.
So what is the ideal age gap, Carys?
2 years, I think we were chatting about the other day, weren't we?
2.5 to 3 maybe, 2 to 3 years. I think that's pretty bang on.
But we also want to be more chilled about it.
Yeah.
We're trying to conceive the next time around.
Yeah, but then that probably means we will conceive very quickly.
That's what I mean by that.
We'll be let's start trying now, and if it takes a year or whatever, it's all good. But we'll probably conceive the first month.
I know.
Yeah.
And we say, oh my gosh, the next delivery's here. Pretty far. We accidentally ordered 2 deliveries because James ordered the 5 Guys and then it was coming up on the app saying your order got cancelled or declined. So we were we'll just do a Pizza Hut. Ordered a Pizza Hut, and then it was both of your orders are on their way. So we now have Pizza Hut delivery, which we're going to save for dinner, which is actually quite handy because obviously we're getting our kitchen done, so we don't really have a kitchen to cook in at the moment. But James just has loads of pizza boxes there. Okay, we're going in with a juicy Q for the second one.
Okay.
What sex positions do you find comfortable during the second trimester?
Oh, great. Lovely juicy Q me, don't I?
Now, I'm assuming they're asking that because during the second trimester, obviously your bump does get quite big, and I have got quite a large bump for 24 weeks.
I thought they were asking me.
Oh, maybe.
What's comfortable for me? I don't really
Yeah, so your bump gets bigger, things are more uncomfortable, and it is just a bit harder during pregnancy. Like, that's definitely one thing that I didn't think about. Like, I never pre-thought, and I guess that's good. You don't like want to pre-think everything in life and be like, oh, I'm worried to get pregnant because what's going to happen to my sex life? It's like, who cares? Our relationship anyway is definitely not built on that, on like sex and stuff.
Sexual favours.
Everything you say sounds so weird. I'd say the position that I find really comfortable, which I'm guessing is the main question targeted at because of my bump, would be like lying on my side in bed. So I really like side sex. So like me at the front, James from behind.
The position like you do no work in.
Yeah, I just get to chill and basically like...
On your phone.
No, I would never.
Reading a hypnobirthing book.
I would never. Oh my god, that'd be so weird. But yeah, any position where you're not too strained or you're not in like... I think that's another thing that you like underestimate how heavy the bump is and how actually more unflexible you feel. So like usually I'm quite a flexible person, aren't I? And I like to like, I don't know, stretch out and do different moves, you know, in the bedroom. I'm really not that adventurous.
I haven't seen any of this.
I don't know why I'm making myself sound like I'm adventurous. But you are super restricted, so I've definitely found in the second trimester I like lying on my side. Oh, you can answer this one for me.
Okay.
See if you know it. How was your eczema been during your second trimester? Also, just take a massive bite. Let me dig into my burger. You answer.
So my eczema's been absolutely great, thank you. I haven't had any issues. I did have a little bit of sore skin actually on the top of my cheekbones. I'm not really too sure whether... Oh, about you? What about you?
Are you taking the mick out of eczema?
I have had some sore skin, didn't I? Like really it wasn't obviously eczema at all.
I'm not pregnancy related.
You never know. My hormones could be going rapid. So Carys' eczema, I think it's been considerably better in the second trimester. We did discover that kind of eczema between the boobs can be solved by not going on such fierce walks. So just like taking a day off, so kind of like walking for 2 days and taking a day off walking has actually just really helped, isn't it? Because I think it's the jingling and the juggling when we're on our walks. So there's currently no eczema. So I'd say much better. You having any issues at all? No, much better. Good answer. Thank you.
Do you plan on getting pelvic floor therapy postpartum?
I'm sorry.
So, that's a question you don't even understand. So that's to do with like the pelvic floors to do with like
don't we?
Yeah, oh, so you do know. To be honest, I'm just going to wait and see. I'm not going to make any plans, but I'm also okay to plan for anything that I'll need, if you get me. Originally when I went to my midwife appointment, they booked me in because I was quite early on, like, not weeing myself, but like basically weeing myself, and I was like sneezing and stuff, which I know is so common in pregnancy, but it's one of those subjects that people don't like to talk about because they find it embarrassing.
You were really quick to react to it, because I think it only happened once, and you told your midwife, and you were quick to react, even though you didn't follow through with anything.
Because I think it's one of those things that immediately I was like, oh no, like, I can't believe this has happened, this is so embarrassing. And then I was like, no, like this is not embarrassing. This has never happened to me before, it's just a shock. For whatever reason it is happening, whether you're even pregnant or not, it's got nothing really to do with embarrassment. It's literally just happening, and there's things that you can do to try and help. So
it's sad, isn't it, when medical things that are literally not in a human's control.
Yeah.
Are embarrassing. Like,
I know.
It's funny embarrassment, isn't it? Because like,
it's all about...
It's like when people are embarrassed of their nose. It's like, well, that's not in your control. Why are you embarrassed of your nose? Like, I understand if you're embarrassed of a piece of work you've handed in because it's rubbish and you haven't spent any time on it. But you can't be embarrassed of something that you're just born with or that's happened to you completely out of your control.
I love your mindset on that.
Thank you.
I love that.
Not that, work isn't that important, but I use it as an example because it's in your control.
You can like work harder at it or whatever. So yeah, I have had a couple of pelvic floor issues, but I've been trying to do the exercises and do all that a bit more. I think that's been helping because I haven't had any incidents, have I?
No.
Really since. I know it's very different after birth, and that it can get like really, really difficult after birth. So I'm just gonna wait and see. But I'm not gonna be embarrassed about it. I'm just gonna get the help that I need if I do need any. What are you dreading for the third trimester?
I am dreading the baby coming and us not being prepared and the nursing not being done. No, I'm not actually dreading that. I think I'll be absolutely fine.
Baby coming early?
Yeah, and I think obviously dreading is quite a harsh word, but I think just the slightly not looking forward to is Carys being less mobile, potentially.
Me too.
We don't know if it is going to happen, like some women just literally keep going full pelt up until the day before their birth, and others struggle a bit more. So like right now we love going on walks together, you know, we go out for about an hour a day with the dog. And yeah, it will be sad if for the last kind of month I'm having to do that on my own.
Yeah, I
just
really
because we enjoy
struggle
going
with
out together, don't we?
Yeah, I really struggle with that as well. And that's probably one of the things I'm like worried about the most. But we're actually trying, well, I'm trying especially to not dread anything in terms of, I was actually going into the second trimester already dreading the third trimester and being like, oh, that's when it gets bad again, you know, oh, that's when I'm going to be all like the first trimester again, when actually I'm just keeping my positive mindset and being like, you know, I'm just going to keep going as much as I can.
It's strange to dread anything during pregnancy because you have to go through it, and even though you might not look forward to it,
I know.
To kind of have the baby, you're going to have to go through the third trimester, you're going to have to go through the birth. Otherwise the baby's not. No, I know, but some people would obviously really not look forward to the birth, understandably, because I feel it's quite painful. You can't. It's tough to dread something that you know you have to do.
Oh, so do you mean like in terms of it sucks because you know you have to do it? Yeah, I get you. Did you struggle with gaining weight? I'm now 35 weeks. Ooh, your baby's coming so soon. That's so exciting. I would say because I was at quite a good point with self-love before I got pregnant, and I had gained quite a lot of weight in the past, I don't know however many years. We used to be like super fitness, super lean.
Yay!
And I was like a size 6 to 8 UK abs. No, we never had that. And now I'm like a size 12. So I have gone up quite a lot in clothes size and gained quite a lot of weight. And I think sort of being okay with that and loving myself at all sizes and stages and having that journey before pregnancy really, really helps, because I'm not nervous or worried at all about gaining weight. I do not value myself at all based on the scales, based on my clothing label. I just value myself for so much more than that. So I think that really, really helps. And I know that that's something that people struggle with aside from pregnancy, in pregnancy. Any time you gain weight, it can be really, really challenging. So
can I rephrase it?
Yeah.
Do you think losing your fitness is something that worries you? In terms of, do you think if you literally can't do anything for the last trimester, which it's not likely, I think you will be able to do things, but even for the whole pregnancy, you haven't been lifting heavy weights, you haven't been doing stuff like that. Do you think you're going to struggle going back to the gym, I don't know, 4 months after giving birth to kind of get back into weightlifting and be feeling really weak?
I think that's a good point, because remember during like just going into the second lockdown, I was really struggling and I didn't feel sexy and I felt really like gross in myself, but yeah, it wasn't really based on my body image and I couldn't figure out why, and it was because I hadn't been able to go to the gym because of lockdown and I didn't feel strong and fit. And so I think maybe now I've gone a bit too far the other way and that I value myself, which I don't think is a bad thing based on how like I feel and my health rather than how I look, which is a good thing.
You just felt a bit slow and a bit...
Yeah, I wanted to be pregnant and be like
active,
strong, and for my body to handle it in the best way it could. So yeah, I think in the third trimester, if I couldn't go to the gym or can't go on long dog walks, I think I will struggle with that. Yeah, definitely. Are you leaning towards hospital, home birth or water birth? That was so gross. I was like... So we've thought about all types of birth, like literally we've thought about every type of different birth. And honestly, I just feel like at this point, and right up into the birth, like knowledge is power. I just want to know about all of them and know that I've got all the options sort of available and I know about them all and I can make an informed decision about what I think is best. We have gone away from a home birth. I don't think we'll be planning a home birth for this time. I would really like to do a home birth, and I think that's something that we will do if we're able to have future kids, because I'm really excited about that potentially. But with a first birth, I do know it's more risky, and so I think a hospital birth is going to be what we're going to go for this time. And luckily, I'm a low risk pregnancy at this point. That could obviously change, so everything is just going to be dependent on that. But
if you were low risk, they wouldn't be allowed to home birth anyway.
No. But I should be in a midwife-led unit, so it's like more chilled than the hospital unit and everything like that, so that'll be nice. I've been reading up a lot about water births, and I think I will do, again, it'll depend on what happens on the day, but I'll definitely do at least part of my labour if there's a birthing bath available in the water. I would really like to see how my body reacts in the water. I don't want to sell my birth like I'm having a water birth, just because for me, I know I might, if I idolise one type of birth, I will struggle with the change of being like, actually water birth didn't work for me, because like for my friend, she went in to the tub and then it was almost too relaxing that she couldn't push and she couldn't do the birth in the water thing. So I don't want to set my sights on something too specifically.
And then
but
that'll stress you out then.
Yeah.
I think that's the difficulty with birth, is you have got to be, you know, led by either the midwife or the doctor, depending on what ward you're in. And also by your body, you got to listen to your body.
Yeah.
And you can't get in the water tub and then, you know, your body kind of not react well to it, but you keep on going, no, this is what I want, I want to be here.
This is my plan.
Yeah. So it is a tough one, isn't it?
It is. But yeah, at this stage, we're literally just discussing it all, aren't we?
And also like looking at, you know, positions for giving birth in.
That's a really good point.
You always just see on the back kind of thing, leg spread, which apparently isn't ideal.
Yeah, did any of you give birth in a different position than the ones that you typically see in the movies? On the back, legs in stirrups. Although that is the most popular birth position, it's apparently not very effective because you're literally against gravity, so the baby's got to go like, I can't remember what I was reading, but I think what happens is you're so exhausted, you're so just get this baby out that you naturally just want to go into that position. And again, if I know that another position is way better, but on the day I feel like going into that position, which I'm sure is so common, then I'll just do that as well. But I'd love to know about birth positions. Are you going to do the nursery neutral or pink?
So white. As you can tell from the rest of our house, we generally just go white. It's called Joe's White.
It's like a beige, okay?
A beige white. It's white. No, we are going neutrals.
We're going neutral.
We're not going pink. So there might be elements of like paler pinks in the nursery, but there's definitely not going to be kind of like bright pinks anywhere.
No. And not just pink, like there's not going to really be any bright colours. There will be colour in there, but I think it's all kind of like neutrally, or if there's colours that would be like dusty, pink, blue, whatever.
But again, I think we need to look into it in terms of stimulation. And I'm really, like, we haven't looked into whether colours are needed for kind of stimulating babies, because don't forget, this isn't only newborn baby, she's going to be in this nursery, well, forever, forever if we live in this house. But also, you know, they're probably in that exact nursery up until at least 3 or 4. You know, with just changing the bed maybe.
True.
So I definitely think it's worth investigating colours.
That's a good idea.
And whether brighter colours are needed to stimulate.
Yeah.
We were thinking wall colour, it's just going to be, it's called Joe's White. It's almost like a neutral beige, and it is slightly towards a pink maybe, but we've got it in a couple of other rooms in the house and it's really lovely.
White furniture, so that's quite neutral.
Then we look into it, we could do some of the...
beige rocking chair.
Yeah, but I don't think the furniture needs to be colourful, it's just whether when we have the hanging things...
Yeah, sure.
Obviously the Scandi ones look really good on there, I would call everything that's neutral Scandinavian.
I know, literally.
But like, they look really aesthetic, but then it's whether actually they're not as stimulating as getting kind of colourful ones.
True.
But I'm not sure, I have no idea, I'm not saying this because I think colour's more stimulating, I generally don't know, we'll have to look into it.
You finished eating, or you can do the questions?
Yeah, I have finished eating.
I'll keep munching.
Are you going to be taking any kind of maternity leave? This is something that we've discussed. So what we are definitely, when I say definitely, right now we're planning, so the baby's due very start of April, we're planning March, April, May and June to do absolutely no collaborations, so that we don't have to worry or think or get stressed out. That could well go into July, but we are in a very fortunate position that, being self-employed and business owners, we're in an unfortunate position that we won't get paid maternity leave because, you know, we pay ourselves. But we're in the fortunate position that we're financially stable enough that we can say, right, we're not going to take any paid collaborations for a few months. So I think that's what we're going to do. And all the brands we work with long term will 100% understand that. Mainly Carys works with long term.
Yeah.
So that is the plan. No kind of collaboration March, April, May or June. And then we also won't, you know, make sure we won't be doing merch releases or anything like that. In terms of content, which is obviously kind of the largest time-consuming part of our work.
Yeah, it's basically the most, 90% of the job is content.
It's really, really difficult because we really want to do it, and I know at the time we will want to do it, but then at the same time, certain elements of uploading does cause stress. So when we think of our job in terms of filming the videos like this, not stressful at all. But then when we have to prep it, we have to edit the videos, we have to send them off to our editor, we then need to watch and correct the videos. It's not difficult work, but ultimately it is sitting at your computer for, a few hours, kind of
Just
sorting it all
time-consuming,
out.
yeah.
And so we are kind of, at the moment, discussing what we're going to do and how we're going to do content. Because obviously I can take a large thing. We can, what do you think at the moment?
I think we will. We definitely said that we're going to, like, keep recording, even if there was a slight delay in the uploading.
Yeah.
Because we really want to do things like first 24 hours with a newborn, first week with a newborn,
This
all
is
of
something
those.
we generally want to do.
We want to
isn't
do, like, I want those memories, not just for
Yeah.
content and for job, but I love looking back on the first day we got Mila vlog and the,
Mila's
puppy
our dog.
vlogs. Yeah, Mila's a dog. And I want that as well for our baby, so I'm really keen to do those videos. But yeah, it's all the other things that I worry. That I worry that we won't have time, or we'll just be a bit too stressed out to do. And then the other thing that I think really worries me, which isn't really to do with maternity leave, but might be why maternity leave is nice, is maternity leave gives you that time to really get your head around what it's actually like to look after a newborn.
Yes.
And I think we're literally going to be showing our first hours, our first day, our first week, learning how this newborn and the amount of savage abuse that parents get online and new time mums and everything. Like, I follow a couple of new first time mums, and the amount of comments and stuff just on everything, like, it just breaks my heart, and I haven't even started trying to look after a baby yet, and so that terrifies me. Like, that
is true. You can be as prepared as possible, but nothing gives you preparation like the real thing. And I do feel like some people comment who maybe have had 4 kids who are now all over 10, as if like people should know these things from the instant the baby's born.
Right,
but
exactly.
the truth is, like, it takes some getting used to, and it takes some learning, and babies are slightly more adaptable and stronger than I think we think sometimes with some things. You obviously need to know the things about the neck and the safety and the baby seats and all that, but I think a lot of it is kind of picked up on the job, isn't it? And it's also, I think being a parent is one of the most heavily opinionated things ever, and I don't know what the reason is. I think the reason is mainly because so many people in the world are parents and kind of do the job of being a parent, but it is so highly opinionated, and there's no right way to parent, and there's no best way to parent, and but everyone thinks that there is a best way or there's a right way, and I'm sure we will agree on how we want to parent, but that might not be how other people parent.
Yeah, sure.
And there are going to then be comments and voices, and I think when you're so fragile as just having a newborn is not what you want to read.
No, I know. So we are slightly worried about that. We do still want to keep working as much as feels right for us, if you get me. Like, we absolutely love our job, and
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We love our job, and we get so much. I think we'll miss it if we didn't keep uploading and keep working. So,
but I think the current thought is that, like I said, we're going to vlog as much as we kind of want.
Yeah.
But then I think we're going to take at least 2 weeks off uploads. So we won't upload. That's what I'm thinking, Steve. But Carys just wants to upload straight away.
Yeah. Like, I'm not 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I have to wrap my head around that. But
so what might be better then is, obviously right now we have a schedule and we upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday. So what we might do once the baby comes is just say there's absolutely no schedule.
Yeah.
Videos will be uploaded when they're uploaded. 1 week we might not upload at all.
Yeah.
And the next week we might upload 3 days on Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday.
because what I don't like putting restraints on things is, like, say I get home and things are going quite well in the first few days, and I'm actually looking forward to putting the birth video together, and I'm excited. Got it all together, sent it to the editor, it's ready to go.
Yeah, why wait?
Why wait if things aren't stressful? But then if 1 week, if things are just all hell lets loose, nothing gets edited, then you miss a week.
I think that's also the difficult thing about YouTube via Instagram.
I'm gonna get Jaffa
is that
cakes.
we much prefer being on YouTube, and we love our YouTube content, and we want to kind of do our YouTube content before Instagram content.
Oh.
But obviously Instagram's so instant.
Yeah.
It's so easy to post Instagram content.
I know.
So kind of, I guess it would be not unfair, but we want YouTube content to go out first, but it just wouldn't be possible.
Exactly. So we can't wait 2 weeks.
Yeah.
That's what I conclude.
No, I think that's what we'll do. It'll just be completely random uploads.
Yeah.
Who knows when they'll go up? You just need to make sure your notifications are turned on, because we won't even know.
I want to try some of these festive Jaffa cakes because they've got, I love Jaffa cakes, and they've got orange and cranberry Jaffa cakes, so we'll test these as we go.
Don't sound good today. Can James feel kicks yet? Yeah, I have felt a few kicks. I do most nights put my hand on Carys' stomach for about 30 seconds before it goes dead.
Not my stomach, his hand.
Oh yeah, my hand.
He's not.
But yeah, no, I have felt quite a few kicks.
He has.
It's pretty amazing.
One night she was like having a rave, wasn't she?
She was.
We were
I think she was
like,
headbutting the bump.
I know, literally. She was like, She might have had hiccups because I know quite a few people say they have hiccups.
It didn't seem like hiccups, it seemed like...
Like punches.
Yeah, like she was full on kicking off.
What's up, guys? Ooh. Want to try one?
I really don't. To be honest, I don't like orange Jaffa, like normal Jaffa
You
cakes.
have to try it. I'll get you another chocolate after.
I want to drop it now.
Oh no, you don't want to try that.
No, I don't
You'll
want to
have
try
a
that.
right fit if you try that.
Do you like them?
No. Anyone want a box of festive cranberry Jaffa cakes? Cause
Yeah, that's what we'll do. As
Not
well as
fun.
getting you a Greece voucher, you can get a box of festive Jaffa cakes.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Oh, do you want snowballs?
Oh, yeah,
And I've got these as well. Oh my gosh.
oh, they are good.
Oh.
Is it hard to sleep?
You know what? I haven't had any too much difficulty sleeping yet. I'm not sure. They're good, aren't they?
I'm going to go make myself a cup of coffee.
I knew you were going to go and make a hot drink. Yeah, we'll take a break then.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you guys. I just got my coffee. Steaming my snowballs before the gym. Carys has decided she's coming. She's going to do some stretching.
I can do a stretching and a light pregnancy workout today. Right. It's not been hard to sleep. I haven't actually struggled with sleep at all. I did struggle... What? Yeah, I literally just... James finds it so annoying because he has, well, struggles a little bit with sleep anxiety, don't you? As in, like, you get yourself wound up, and I know it's kind of something that a lot of people struggle with, where you get wound up, you're ticking down the time, and you can't sleep, and I'm just there like, good night.
You're lying in bed going, 5 hours until the alarm. I'm going to feel terrible tomorrow. And then before you know it's 3 hours before the alarm and you're still there like...
And then you've been up all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never ever had that. So, I've always been quite a good sleeper. I did start to struggle with I'm having a bit of hip pain. I've had a little bit of that throughout my whole pregnancy. Sleeping with a pillow between my legs helped, and then I got my pregnancy pillow, which helped a lot. So my pregnancy pillow is great, I love it. Someone asked me in my DMs earlier about sleeping on my left side. I think that's a pregnancy thing that they suggest sleeping on your left side for the whole of pregnancy if you can, or something like that. Safer for the baby for some reason, I'm not sure why.
Wow.
Definitely like suggest not sleeping on your back and definitely on the side, and then there's something about the left side. Luckily I sleep on my left side.
The baby normally sits
I'm not
that way or
sure.
something. Yeah, you always sleep on your left side, like before pregnancy as well. That's
Well,
amazing.
That was lucky.
That's quite sad because I like, you know, even though I naturally sleep more on my right, I still like flipping, you know? I like it being a bit of a back, bit of a left, bit of a right, you know? I struggle with just left.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd wake up and I'd want to roll over, but I have to be like, no.
Back to your left. I do roll. I'll do like a little bit on my right, but mostly
Are you trying to kill our baby?
That's literally what some people comment.
No time on right hand side. And you're on your left one now, well done.
You'll see me in the night and be like flipping me over. I shouldn't have told you.
I was waking you up. You're on your right hand side.
Turn over. So yeah, I've been really grateful about the sleeping thing. But I'm sure into my third trimester, when the bump gets even bigger, I know that's when sleep can get really, really uncomfortable. And I already find myself getting uncomfortable on the sofa and chilling in the evenings.
Yeah, like now you were struggling getting in position there.
Yeah, and then when I'm like to lie on James's lap, and then the bump's kind of like hanging and it's uncomfy. So I know that as the bump gets bigger, it is going to get
You
harder.
need to put a pillow between your legs, like on the sofa and stuff as well, which is quite good.
Yeah, it does help.
Favourite thing about the second trimester that we're closer to the birth? Oh, you're so stiff like my hand, right?
Probably the fact that I feel so great, to be honest, just compared to the first trimester. Even though, like, I think of myself as feeling fantastic now, but I never compare myself to before pregnancy in terms of, I can still smell a lot of the smells around the house. I can still, if I let myself, feel nauseous from those smells. They're still there for me. And I'm hoping that's something that's going to just be written off after pregnancy. That's hoping my strong sense of smell is just a constant pregnancy symptom for me throughout my whole pregnancy. But yeah, the bathroom, the stairs, our ensuite in our bedroom, they're all really big triggers for my nausea, and I can still smell them on any basis. I was going to say daily, but it's just where, yeah. There are still symptoms, but compared to the first trimester and just generally in myself, I feel really, really good. So that's the main thing that I'm thankful for. I haven't really had any, you know, second trimester symptoms, even though I had mastitis and I have, you know, hip problems, and sometimes I can't even walk because my hip gets sore in the night. But nothing was like the first trimester. It was constant. It never let up.
I think it shows how much you struggled with nausea in the first trimester. The fact that I literally in the night see cows like hobbling around, like literally can't walk. You know, because of her hip playing up, which it often does in the evenings.
That is absolutely fine.
And, like, you just don't complain. you get up from the sofa and you hobble. You're like, oh, I'll go and make tea, and you just like hobble out of the room. And I'm like, what on earth is this woman doing? Like, she wouldn't go and make tea when she was feeling a little bit sick in the first trimester, but now she can barely walk. She's off. She goes to the other side of the house.
Anything but nausea. I can't with it. It's too much.
Yeah, no, I don't.
It's constant as well. It's just horrid. So yeah, I'm very thankful for my second trimester. Oh my gosh, is this really bad? I'm literally eating like
all of them.
The limp bunnies as we go. Like
one bunny per question.
They just dissolve in your
Oh,
mouth.
I'm going to eat all of these. It's a mukbang, you have to keep eating.
And I ate half a pack of cranberry jaffa cakes, which I said I didn't like.
Did you actually like them in the end, or did you just...
Well, no, but they're food. I'm going to eat it, is there?
How has pregnancy affected your relationship?
I would say the first trimester, again I keep going back to the first trimester, but that's what I'm saying, the second trimester has barely affected our relationship in terms of, if anything, I just feel more connected to you.
Yeah.
I feel so excited.
Like to feel the baby kicking and stuff, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel like we're in this together and it's very much...
Forever.
Well, we were always going to be together. The baby, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I feel very connected to James and very in it and very excited, and I love how excited you are, and like you want to know loads about the birth, and like you're being really helpful with everything, and just yeah, I feel really good in that way in terms of our relationship. And then when I compare it to the first trimester, like just being unwell is never good for a relationship, because you don't want to, well I didn't when I was nauseous, I didn't want to cuddle, I didn't feel sexy, I didn't feel intimate, I didn't want any of that, and so that's never going to be good on a relationship basically. So the second trimester has allowed us to be
we're basically
100%
normal, aren't we?
normal, but then also with the added excitement of everything that's going on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good response. It's given us more to talk about, Carys being pregnant. That's the benefit of the relationship. We were running out. 6 years of basically spending every hour together, we were really running out of things to talk about.
We ran out like 4 years ago. I think to say.
I think we ran out about 5.5 years.
Alright. Yeah.
If this isn't too personal, I'll ask you off camera first, and then we can see if it's too personal.
I
How
screenshotted
has your
them.
sex drive been? Mine is non-existent.
Oh, you're joking. I screenshot the questions, so obviously I'm okay answering them. How's my sex drive been? Yeah, so again, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm talking about first trimester, but it's a good comparison. First trimester, I just felt so unwell, like I had non-existent sex drive. And I would say my sex drive anyway, like non-pregnant, it's never been super high. Like I'm not really someone with a super high sex drive, am I?
No.
And I don't really think you are as well. Like I know that everything's on a scale, but I would say in general we're not like super high sex drive people.
It's difficult though to compare, isn't it?
It is, like who knows
sex
what.
is still very much a taboo subject for most people and couples. I think people still view kind of sex and lots of sex and high sex drives as a massive positive in a relationship.
Exactly.
So it's hard to know whether people kind of...
It's funny that, isn't it? That like
whether we think we've got no sex drives because people often exaggerate their sex drive.
Yeah, sure. Oh yeah, I get you. Yeah, like I feel like the norm is having sex like 3 times a week, when I'm like, that's definitely not us. Like we don't do that. But you sort of feel, you are made to feel low sex drive is negative, and rather than something else in a relationship, like spending 24 hours a day together or whatever, like
people
but you've
don't
got
feel
low sex
negative.
drive.
Oh, you seem to only see each other for 10 minutes a day. Like that's fine in a relationship.
Yeah, but then low sex drive. Oh,
yeah.
You clearly don't know each other. When actually,
because we've had comments in the past on videos where we were like, yeah, we could have sex about once a week. And people were like, oh no.
Yeah.
James must be gay. I was like, right, okay. Well, that's homophobic, but also...
I know.
Great, thank you.
It was just awful, like honestly. But
like,
again, those
such
are...
a trolley thing, isn't it?
Trolley. That's what I was going to say.
It's a trolley.
They're very
like
much trolls, and we don't let that affect us. But on a general basis, there is still, I think, that whole thing around people feeling that way when actually it's not that like that at all. But in the second trimester,
we were completely off topic.
We did go completely off topic then, didn't we? In the second trimester, I have had patches of like really high sex drive, haven't I? Definitely.
It's been frustrating.
I have, which is really unusual for me. So I know that that's definitely, or seems to be, a pregnancy thing. And I know that some people have said that that's really common in pregnancy. But I would say it's completely roller coaster. Like sometimes it'll be really high, then sometimes it'll be lower than ever, and then I just go with it. Like
just go with the sex drive flow.
Do go with the sex drive flow of life. Okay, I'm having my last bunny.
Because it is actually the last bunny.
It's not. There's one more.
What are you most scared about for labour/delivery? That the stork may drop the baby on the way. That would be disastrous, wouldn't it?
Oh my god, it's so funny. I'm not that scared about anything, and that's probably not, I don't know, that is kind of a good thing, I guess, but I'd say I'm probably most scared about
Running
feeling nauseous, because I know that people can feel nauseous during the birth. So that's probably what I'm most scared about.
Yeah.
Is the nausea.
We were actually talking on a walk, and we were talking about kind of all the painkillery things you can have. And I was like, oh, but you know, gas and air it's quite harmless, gas and air. So I think maybe that would be one of the first things you could try if you were in a lot of pain. And Carys like, I've heard that if you're on gas and air, it can often lead to you throwing up. So no. I'm like, are you joking me?
I know, literally. I keep hearing people.
It does seem like the least kind of intrusive pain
it
you
is.
can have, and yet
Definitely.
you'd rather like jump to an epidural.
No, I just need to think about these things because the nausea does, you know, I've got a phobia of being sick.
Sorry, I don't mean to laugh because it is a phobia.
Oh no, but it is funny that I would rather be
Yeah.
in screaming pain than feel nauseous. I think we'll know at the time.
We'll know at the time.
You know.
Do you think you'll try it on the day if you were in a lot of pain? Do you think you'd try gas and air?
So I'm
Or
going
are you
into
too
it.
anxious not to because of the nausea?
It's not because I'm anxious, but I'm going to go into it, doing my hypnobirthing, try and, you know, seeing how it goes, and I will literally, as the birth goes on or labour goes on, I will choose and make decisions like that. I am not against having any medical intervention, any drugs, anything like that, but I'm also not going to go into it almost asking for the gas and air if I don't feel like I need it. I'm sure I will, but
I guess my question was, are you not gonna have gas and air?
I don't,
You
because
don't
of the
know.
nausea.
Yeah.
I will give it a go, but I will be cautious.
Right. Because I think you're often.
Then if I go into it thinking it's going to make me nauseous, it's going to make me nauseous.
It is, yeah.
Yeah, so
You've
I
got to
just
try
have
and
it.
if you do your hypnobirthing, you've got a hypnotherapy not being nauseous from gas and air,
I know.
which is tough. Anyway, I think it's quite interesting thinking about the birth and the labour, because obviously Carys does want to, you know, like I said, she ends up having drugs, fine, whatever. But I know she wants to try the hypnobirthing and try kind of using as little painkillers as possible. And it's quite funny as a guy how I'm meant to go. So we've had lots of discussion, and we will continue to have discussion. But I remember the other day we watched Bridget Jones's Baby, didn't we? Or Diary? I can't remember. The one where she's giving birth at the end. And it's like the guys there like, oh, don't worry, just breathe. 1, 2.
Just breathe the baby out.
Just breathe the baby out. I can imagine as a guy, you in loads of pain, and we go, remember now, Carys,
Just breathe.
and breathe. It's not pain, it's a surge. You're not feeling pain. Labour, you don't feel pain in labour, you feel surges.
Breathe that baby out.
And I feel like as a guy, I can't really say that. And all the midwives are going to be like,
Get out.
shut up.
Shut up, you. Yeah, I know. Oh, now I need the Jaffa cakes. They're just calling me. Just one more.
From a box?
Look, I'm going to the gym and I'm stretching at the gym, so...
Okay, next question.
Yeah, go on.
But
What
we
was
need
the
to
question?
discuss further about labour and delivery and what my role will be.
Yeah.
I don't feel comfortable being that guy who's like, you know, no, don't do the epidural, you don't want to.
You
don't
don't
know
feel
what to
comfortable.
say.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to have a lot of conversations around it, and I'm currently reading all my hypnobirthing books, and I'm just getting an idea of what I want. And James is a super open person, so I'm basically just going to talk you through, probably, aren't I? Like different things.
Yeah.
That I would like.
Because it's up to you to decide, but I just need to know what's happening.
Yeah, so you can
that I
support
can
me.
support as best as possible.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll
You're
get my
awesome
pom-poms out.
anyway. Even if we didn't. When I was being sick, you were great, and it's just the same thing. It'll be less traumatic.
Probably. It probably would be less traumatic, actually. Definitely less swearing.
Oh, I'm not sure.
Next question. Can you shave down there still? Or does James help?
Not
What
really.
a lovely intrusive question.
No, it's a great question. It's actually funny, I can't see, I've officially got to a point where I cannot see my foofy. I'm going to call it foofy, even though we all know what it's called.
I don't know.
I just feel like it gives it a nice cute ring to it, you know, foofy.
Sounds terrible.
I can't see it anymore, so things are getting more difficult. And I like to keep it trimmed down there, that's just me, if that's TMI, I'm sorry, but I like to keep it trim. And it's something I'm quite anxious about, isn't it?
You usually get the garden
loppers.
The garden loppers out a couple of times a year just to give it a trim.
It's something I'm actually quite anxious about, is going to the trimester.
I really don't know why.
I don't know why I'm anxious about it.
No.
I think it's just because I like keeping it trimmed down there, and I am scared. And James is like, I'll do it for you, and I'm like, no. So he'll literally do anything just to be as supportive as you can.
You really sound like some sort of slave.
I know.
He'll just do anything. Anything I tell him to.
Anything.
Come on,
But I
James.
think when you're the guy, or this is what I feel from James anyway, I feel like you want to be as supportive as you can because you're not going through it.
Oh, yeah,
and I think that's like your way of being like, nothing's too much to ask for because you're sort of like, it's our baby, but I'm having to have all these things.
Yeah, and I think it's really easy now because Carys's bump is getting significantly bigger. I think first trimester was always, and I don't know if it's so hard for guys' pregnancy. Just hear me out here, guys. I'm gonna have a bit of It's harder for guys in first trimester because I think we don't see any visuals. So I think often like you were very tired. You were you were sick even when you weren't throwing up because you didn't throw up that much, but you were sick a lot of the time, etc. And it seems there's no kind of physical movement. Now you physically can't do up your boots when we go on a walk.
Yeah.
So like I am more like I just obviously do up your boots for you, and you can't bend over to do them up. When like the first trimester, when you're struggling, it's harder to kind of understand why.
I totally get what you mean.
When now you're further on, like I just want to be as supportive as possible because you're lugging around a massive tummy.
Yeah, and it's like you're right. It's like it's not whether I feel like shaving down now or not. I physically won't be able to, and I will struggle with that. But I have seen, which I am going to get, these long razors.
It's like a back scratcher. Does it have a mirror? Does it have a mirror on the end?
So I think it's got some sort of attachable mirror, and then you can get the mirror, get the movement going, and get trimmed.
So if you're on the shower one day and I hear a scream.
Yeah,
it's
things have
probably
gone
you
wrong.
Messing up.
It's on my massive razor's gone wrong.
Lovely. TMI, are you doing your perineum massages? Is that how you say it?
Now I think that's I knew it as perineum. Perineum.
Perineum.
It's
Neil, is it?
perineal or perineum. I can't remember.
Perineal.
Definitely not peri. The bit between your fufu and your bumhole. That's not very nice,
this really is TMI.
I know, but like, come on,
Yeah,
it's
go on then.
yeah, go on then. It's real stuff. It's literal science. That bit is called your perineum. I'll call it the perineum. And they can suggest. So I obviously haven't started doing the massages yet because they suggest it from 34 weeks if you are going to try it. And it's basically you're massaging that area of your body because that is a really common area to rip whilst giving birth. When the head is literally coming out of your fufu.
No, I was just laughing about it, then I felt bad because you talk about ripping, which obviously
is not laughable. This is not although this
Right,
might be
I'll stop laughing.
this might be TMI, but
TMI to anyone who
it's not TMI when you're the one that's going to be ripping open.
And also like so many women rip like what would you say? Do they have stats
I'm not
on
sure.
it? Do they have stats on it?
Yeah, somewhere. I've read them.
Everyone seems to.
Yeah, everyone we know is basically ripped. Yeah, it's really, really common. And so with these perineum massages, they are like recommended, but it's almost impossible for you to be able to do yourself. So it is something that.
You're supposed me to do it.
Don't even. He's already offered before he cracks his stupid jokes. It's something that obviously you have to decide with your partner, and we haven't even got around to that point in pregnancy yet.
No.
34 weeks is still 10 weeks away from us, and we'll see how we feel at the time and what feels best for us. That's obviously how we're going to take every stage of pregnancy. Like just from a science basis, it's literally massaging that area of your body to break down tissue, and you can use something like olive oil or something apparently, and it literally breaks down tissues in there which are very firm because that part of your body has not been stretched before really, and a massive head's going to come through there, and if it's been used to about month to 6 weeks before you give birth being stretched and being like pulled in that direction that it's not used to being pulled in, then it can basically really help with ripping. But we may do it, a perineum massage every day for 6 weeks and I may still rip. So I'm not going to do it and think, oh, this is great, I'm not going to rip. If it's something that I want to do, then we may discuss doing it and we may do it.
It just always seems worth a try.
Anything's worth a try.
Because obviously the more you rip, the harder it is to recover.
Yeah.
And the more you rip, you end up kind of on bedbound duty after going home, which isn't ideal. So the kind of quicker you can get up and get out just for your own sake rather than anyone else's, obviously the better.
When I've seen comments on it, I've seen comments of somebody saying they're going to do it or do it with their partner, and then people commenting saying that's disgusting, and I just think that's so out of order.
Yeah.
To say that.
Definitely.
Judging anyone that harshly is out of order. So
goodness knows what that person gets up to in the bedroom.
So So whatever you decide to do with your partner, with your body, is 100% the right thing for you. So yeah, just want to reiterate that. But yeah, I think that's all the questions.
It is. We're all done.
Second trimester Q&A done. We'll be back in the third trimester. We'll probably be back for more mukbangs before that because we love a mukbang.
Give the video a like if you have enjoyed and leave us a comment below so that you can enter the giveaway. So with either your email address or your Instagram.
Thank you guys. We love you and we'll see you in the next video.
See you soon.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Mwah.